This is a door latch mechanism off a 2015 Prius C. I'm going to show you how I learned to open this up. First, you can remove what I call the water guard that covers the top surface here, and it just pops off. Next, we have to remove two screws. This top screw, screw on the back, now for removing the latch mechanism, you find that you might have to pull back this weather stripping a little bit because this metal piece will separate from the plastic shell here. So first you have to find a spot underneath the plastic, start to pry this up. Now you also need to release the metal from this retaining pin, and I found sometimes that really wants to stick. So what I'm going to do is put a screwdriver, so just on the metal, right here next to the pin, and give it a little tap with the hammer. No, that didn't do it. Okay, so that, you can see that broke it loose. Now there's a gap right here. And at that point, we can just grab it and it'll just lift right off. Next, we have to take off the top of this clamshell. And what I found works the best is get a screwdriver in underneath and you start pulling these tabs off as you go, and it kind of will unzipper. It helps to have a couple of different screwdrivers to do this. You can see it just starts to come off. Okay, here's the inside of the latch mechanism. Right now this is straight alignment, which is a door unlock position. And so if you actuate this lever, which is from the outside door handle, this slides up and this will unlatch the door. If it's in this position, this is the door lock position, and this sliding up will not open up the door. So I'm going to take these various pieces out. This is the motor driving this worm gear to this gear. It alternately will either lock or unlock the door. All these pieces come out fairly easily. This gear comes off. What I found is the alignment is not critical on this. You put it on and it will just find its own home to lock and unlock. The next piece is this metal bar comes off. This plastic piece comes off. And what I found the problem with this particular unit was this clip right here had come loose off this mounting post. And I believe that happened through the car door being slammed several times, and that loosened this up. The other thing we have here is the micro switch that indicates back to the car whether the door is in the lock or unlock position. This just comes right off. It's mounted on a couple electrical contact tabs right there. So that pushes on. Same thing with the little DC motor. It just comes right off. It's mounted on a couple of these metal contact pins. It engages with the back side of the motor right here. This is a little worm gear. It slides off the shaft. It's like a D slot engaging with the shaft of the motor. I measured the resistance. It's approximately 300 ohms. Yeah, I'm reading 215 ohms about. Also running this off a power supply at 12 volts. At about 0.06 amps, 60 milliamps. You can reverse the polarity of that. Run the other direction. This is some of the other mechanisms. This is from the door lock side. And this is the cable that connects to the inside door unlock lever. So this is a unlock from the inside of the door. Of course, the motor is the unlock from the car switch. Okay, so now for the reassembly, it's just kind of reverse order. We place this down so that it engages through this notch, and also we need it to get through the clip. And you should notice that it makes the clicking noise. You know that it's assembled correctly. Next we put on the metal piece. That's going to engage into this slot. It's going to come down with the tab underneath this spring, and then it hooks in behind the plastic here. Okay, next we can put on the gear, and you'll notice it doesn't seem to matter what orientation you install it. It finds its own spot here. Like, so as the motor turns, it's going to either go to the unlock position or the lock position. And the lock position, if you try to open the door, this slides up, but it does not engage with the lock release, which is right here. So in the unlock position, the slide goes up and it will engage with this mechanism to unlock the door latch. And the door latch, when it's on over the car body, it will be latched like this, and when you release it, it opens up. Okay, so the next step is we need to align these two clamshell halves. It's important that this aligns with the hole right here. So you need to kind of hold it and what I found works best is you first align these bottom three tabs. You get those aligned first, then you can view and you can look inside there so that you see that nylon engages in the slot. And then you can also see here, you might need to work it a little bit. Okay, so I got it in the slot, and you'll know it works if now you can work this lever. Then you just go around, make sure the other latches are latched. That goes pretty easy. The last step is putting on the latch mechanism. Has to come in, slips down over this. There's also a slot in here. There's a slot right here that this metal piece has to slide into. So it's kind of a combination of getting it over that and having this come down, pushed in, and come down straight. Now, it wants a little force to come down over this. So what I found, you just tap it with the hammer like that. There, that fully engages that. And also you'll see that this engages with the tab right here, and it's all flush. And you can put back down the weather stripping. We can put back on the drip guard. We have the screw goes in the back side. a screw goes in the front side. Okay, and now it's all reassembled. We can check it. It's in the on-lock position, so that if you latch it, in the lock position. So we can unlock it by pulling this tab. Okay, this lever here can lock or unlock. So now it should be in the unlock position. Unlocks. You can lock it. This would be the inside door release. It unlocks. The two cables will reconnect to this location. It connects onto that, and then the cover piece can go back over the cable like that. For some replacement parts, the small micro switch here has this part number, and you might be able to find this on the internet. As far as the DC motor, I found this, a pan 14. I found some sellers of this on Amazon and probably other places.